The last two drives versus the Bills, the last two defensive drives, are really interesting. The Ravens put in a lot of the first-year players, um, and a lot of the second-year players were on the field at the same time. So this video, it may be actually, I may do two parts. It's really just a curiosity. Ultimately, it doesn't mean a lot, but we do get a look at guys like Chris Board and Kenny Young at linebacker. We get a look at Anthony Averett in man coverage, Bowser and Williams off the edge, Chuck Clark playing safety. So yeah, it's interesting to us Ravens fans whether or not it ultimately means much. It was cool to see them on the field at the same time that early, so I figured we'd take a look at it. Ravens are running quarters to this side. This is Anthony Averett, one-on-one against the outside receiver. The Bills in a 2-by-2 set. This receiver is going to get a step on Anthony and get by him. You're going to see him just at, sort of at the end here, kind of turn to see if he's got help over the top. Watch him just a little bit right there, kind of look into Chuck Clark to see if he's going to help or if he's supposed to help. So I'm not sure if he's just getting run by there or if he thought he had help over the top. You can see Chuck's job in this coverage is to get the number 2 if he goes vertical. Tavon's going to get the out. The other thing is, if you watch from this angle here, you can see that the receiver's open, just by even if just by a little, and the ball's underthrown. You'd like to see Anthony, just through experience, be able to find that football. He's really doing everything he can there to make up ground. The reason the ball comes up short is Michael Pierce. Michael's going to come in here and wreak havoc on the center. That's what he does, and he makes the quarterback have to turn away from the throw a little bit. The linebackers, it's Kenny Young, Chris Board. Both of them drop. You can see Kenny with eyes on the tight end here. Kenny does a good job of keeping his eyes in two places. Both of them drop into this hook zone. Kenny reads past the other side, or else he probably would have dropped a little farther into a curl or to protect against that curl. Here's Chris Board in a hook drop, and he would be responsible for the back coming out. You get Tim and you get Tyus off the edge too. Ravens are in 2 deep with man under. Bills 2-by-2, and the quarterback audibles at the line to a run play. Kenny does a nice job here. Kenny Young, really good job reading this play and then getting in on and making the stop. Quarterback raises the ball up. Kenny's got his eyes on the line or on the tight end coming out. And does a good job again. Eyes in two places here. Reading this run and then getting off this block or getting around this block. Cutting off C-gap, making the stop. And then Pierce does what Pierce does. Closes him in on the other side, and then great effort as always. We're gonna see Kenny Young come up and get a sack on Josh Allen. He's going to get flushed by Tim Williams off the edge, but we're also going to see great coverage in the secondary and great team defense. I think overall, you see the Bills with a 3 receiver set to the field. Averett again gets beat off the line here. You see his receiver get even with him and even get a step, and he's open in the middle, but it's Tim that flushes him. You see Tim get a little bit of a chip here from the running back before he goes out, dip his shoulder, get rid of the outside arm, try to get the ball out of Josh Allen's hand, and Josh gets flushed. Kenny's watching. He's in his drop here, but he sees that running back go under, and then real instinctive here, just takes off after him and closes in and closes the deal. You can see it from a different angle. It's pretty cool. The celebration after the sack here. Watch this. Between Tim runs all the way over to him. That's one of the things I like about Tim Williams. he understands what part he plays in this. Let me just play it because it's kind of cool to watch these two. So in terms of the safety, this is Chuck, or that's Tony Jefferson, excuse me. Chuck's the weak side safety here. Comes down to get on top of this number 3. You see Chris Board go ahead immediately and get outside. And they bracket him. And then just man coverage here. Tavon's in this guy or on this guy's hip. Good coverage on that side. Again, a little bit of you might want to ask Averett, I'm sure here, to get hands on this guy. You see him try to disrupt his route there a little bit once he's even with him. Watch it from the beginning. This shallow cross goes wide open here with both linebackers, Chris Board and Kenny Young, blitzing. They were going pretty blitz happy at the end here. You can see this tight end release and get wide open on the cross. A couple cool things you see here. Tavon, you can see him kind of man-to-man, and then break it off and pass it off to Everett, which is a really great play, and recognize this dig underneath, and he stays with him. Really, really smart football player. Everett kind of reads this too. This is great on his part. Breaks on that cross underneath. Comes up and makes the tackle. This is a nice little redemption clip here. This is Averett. The Ravens are playing single high with man under. 2-by-2 set. And the Bills think they're going to take a chance here at beating Averett. And he does a great job kind of using the sideline and sort of stacking in front of him, forcing his guy out to the sideline, getting in front of him, and cutting that throw off. Just a good play by Averett outside. I think Allen has this predetermined that he's going to take a shot there. You can see Averett beating him to the spot.